Hello YouTube, this is Kuzil and welcome back to another episode of my KuzilCraft mod pack playthrough. I believe this is episode 16. I'm really excited about what we're going to get in today because we need the power. So we're going to get into Deep Resonance. It's the same author that makes RF tools and it is pretty cool. So here we go. Wow, do I have a lot to show you guys in this episode. Alright, so I've built a bunch of stuff here. I've put a roof on, or a ceiling in the first floor. I've widened this path here to 3 and put some like a border around it. Oh man, lots of stuff. I finished up the enchanting table in there and kind of designed the entrance here. I really like it a lot. um, so today we're gonna get into deep resonance as promised. Now, first thing we want to do when we get into deep resonance is make a book. If I can spell right. Deep Resonance. Okay, so this is going to be one of these things, a book in three redstone. So let's grab that. I don't know if I have any books. No, I don't have any books. So let's see if we can make a book. I may not be able to make a book. Nope. So I can make some paper. And there's another recipe here. Do I have enough for that? I do. Sweet. So there's that. And let's make the book. Okay, so the book tells you everything you want to know about deep resonance. So I went ahead on my digital miner, which I have stuck way out there somewhere. You see it 100 meters away. It's doing its thing. It's looking for more ores. And what I had it do is I had it look for this deep resonance, this resonating ore, and it got me a lot. Now I want at least, I don't know, 40, because you're going to be using some of it to craft with. I just used one there to make the book, and I'm going to be smelting down several more to make a couple things, and then you want another 30 for the processing for today. So if we're looking in here, it tells you everything about stuff, and I'm just going to kind of explain some of this as I go. And if we have any questions about how stuff works, we can jump in there. So the next thing I want to make is I want to make this radiation stuff, because we are going to be using this crystal here to do some I'm going to go kill a spider. I hate watching videos of people have spiders outside their doors, and they're just, oh, it's so annoying. Come here. And there's it. No, he's downstairs. No, he's not. Come here. Okay. Okay. So now that I have that settled, sorry about that. We are going to be making some radiation today. So I want to make myself some radiation suits. And so to make that, we just need this resonating plate, which just requires us to smelt down some of this. So each of these gives us 8. So that's going to be probably only 3. I don't know. Can't do the math in my head real quick. So let's see how far this gets us. I'm still struggling with this cold. I called my doctor today, and so just to see if they can get me something for this. It's really annoying. Yeah. Go make yourself chest plate, and then the pants. And to me, this looks like pajamas. Does this look like pajamas to anybody else? Yeah, like pink pajamas. Okay, so let's put all that on real quick. And wow, I look weird. It is a work in progress. If you hover over here, WIP, that's a work in progress. So he's gonna make this look pretty cool, I think, someday. Okay, so now we should be relatively protected from radiation. So now what we want to do is we want to make this thing here, the energy collector. So the energy collector is gonna make is that right? Yeah. It's gonna have us make a machine frame. Let's do that. Oh, I'm gonna need some more of that resonating stuff. Resonating plates. Oh, Logan, come here. Follow me around for the day, bud. Okay, so machine frame. No big deal. Got that. And then we have that. Okay, so this is what will collect our energy. And then we need a generator here. And this is what's going to create our energy. It's going to sit, this is going to sit on top of that. And then I'm going to make another one of those energy cubes. Just like this. And another one of these. I probably don't have enough. Yeah, and paper. Paper is the bane of my existence right now. So I had to make all those books. Ah, okay. I go harvest some. I feel like every time I play this game, I don't know, so often, very often, I have to come over here and harvest these things. I am going to be making farms for these eventually, so I won't have to harvest. I need to start once I get power going. So maybe in the next several episodes we'll create some farms, some automated farms. Because yes, I am tired of harvesting all of this stuff. And then we also need that. Okay. So let's I don't think I have easy access to... No, I just have to go through the walls. I don't have easy access to these anymore. Oh, and I'm not wearing my jump boots. Well, let's link that. There we go. We'll put this back together. I did rearrange in here a little bit, and I laid out a floor plan for where I want stuff. So deep resonance, the generator is going to be over there. Maybe some of the processing stuff in here. And then yeah, I kind of did redo all of this stuff. And I definitely want to show you some things. So I've got the, see that says conduit facade? And that's a laboratory block. Remember how I have the power lines going underneath here? Yeah. So I'll show you how I do that maybe on another episode. I don't think we have time for that today. I think I'm going to be pushing it as it is. Okay, so I've got power. Let's go turn this thing on. Okay, because I found that crystal. So okay, so let's put this down here right in the middle, just like that. And that itself is a kind of a what you call it? A battery. Okay, so then let's grab some conduit. I keep trying to use my armor that I'm not wearing. So there is a way to prevent us from getting radiation all the time without having to wear this suit. And that is going to have to come later because the materials that we have that we need to make that are byproducts of this process. So we can't make it yet because we haven't started it. So it's this stuff right here. So the dense obsidian that requires this spent filter material, and we haven't even begun to spend the filter material. So let's put that there. This side's gonna be I don't think I have a wrench, do I? I don't know if this will work in wrench mode. It does. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so I set all sides to in. That should work too. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to set this crystal somewhere on top of something. So let's just grab I don't know what a good pedestal block is. I'll have to look. Maybe quartz. That should be cool. Get a block of quartz. And we'll chisel that down to look like a pillar. Yeah, that right there. Perfect. Alright, and then, so we'll put this down, and, oh, I need a lever. I forgot. I need a lever. Because I want to be able to turn this thing on and off. I don't want to have to, I don't want it to waste. Give me a stick and a piece of cobblestone over here. Cool. I think we're set. I think we are ready to go. So I'm going to stick this over on the right side here. Just like that. And take my lever, turn it on. It didn't do anything. Okay, so let's take a look at the book. What is this called? This thing here? Energy collector. So it's coming here. The generator on its own cannot get power out of the crystals. Generator multi-block. That's new. Okay, let's take a look at the generator. Okay, so the generator is a multi-block. Single block supports the 2 crystals. Oh, right. Yeah, I knew that. Well, why is this not working? Generator controller, maybe? Okay, let's go make one of those. Last time I worked with deep resonance, that worked right there. It's okay. So generator controller, this makes sense. You know, oh, I gotta cook down another one of these. See what I mean? You need, like, I cooked 3 down for my armor. I've cooked 2 more down here. So that's 7. No, 5. I can count. That's 5. And then you're going to need 30, so you need about 35, 40 of these things. I don't think I'm going to have... Yeah, let's make 3 of these. I don't know if I have any... Oh, I do have stone, sweet. Alright. Let's put the lever on this thing. So if I put this up front here... Oop. And then put the lever right here. There we go. Now it's generating power. Let's see how much power it is generating. I don't know how to do that. Probably this... No, that's the radiation monitor. Oh, wow. So I don't even have to make it. It just works. So this is a dirty crystal. So we're gonna try and stay away from there. What is this? I want the... So I don't know how much power this is making. There's no interface or anything. It seems to... Something is draining the power. Anyway, so... Oh, there we go. 35 RF per tick. So this is a terrible crystal. So we're going to let this run for a while. And I guess there's tons of radiation right here. So let's try and not get by this. So if I come over here, there's no radiation over here yet. That is a terrible crystal. Look at that. Okay, so strength is how much RF it has total. Efficiency is how much RF per tick, so it's like a 1%. I'm actually going to break that because there's other ways we can use this. Let's turn that off. And then the purity is how much radiation it'll give off. So the lower the purity, the more radiation. So yeah, we're going to break this because that is pointless. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to make another, well, maybe I'll use this power here and just run conduit over. Let me go make some conduit real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And so, the next thing you want to make, you also want to get, just so you know, you want to get a bunch of lava. So, go ahead and go do that if you haven't. You are going to need it for this first process. So, to start with, you're going to need a smelter, which is going to be your kind of like your basic. This is how you start. How you start it. So if you had a good crystal that you found, like I did not, then go ahead and use it like I set it up over here. You know, get your generator controller, and the pedestal, or the controller, and generator controller, energy controller, and the generator. They do make a pedestal that I am going to make right here. You can put your crystals on for sure. So yeah, but right now I'm going to make 2 of these tanks if I can. There we go. And we're going to come over here, and there is something in the book I want to show you right away. So let's set up our door in here, right here, which means our energy will be kind of wrapped around kind of like this. Well, let's just do it right here. And we'll just bring it straight over for now. I'll make it look better later, for sure. Okay, so there's our power, and we're gonna want to bump it up 1. So let's start our. So put a tank down here. Put your smelter on top of that, and then your last tank on top of that. Now this should have power from our system. Sorry, that was my mama calling me. So I wanted to chat with her. It's always important to talk to your mama. Okay, so I'm gonna put. I changed my mind where I want this. I'm gonna move this over 1. All right, so tank, then smelter, and then tank. Now I'm gonna stick a couple of these right here just so I have easy access to them. Now let's take a look at the smelter in here, because it's important. There's an important piece. There we no, is that it? Yeah, right here. So the smelter works best. So the idea of the smelter is we're going to take 30 of this resonating ore and stick it in there, and it's going to, remember how this crystal over here, let's put it back down. Remember how this crystal here right here has strength, efficiency, and purity? One of those 3 numbers will be at 100% if we keep our lava tank filled between 40 and 60%. So quality will decrease. So let's stick that lava in now. So there's 1,600 buckets. So 50% would be 8,000 buckets, right? So we want to try and stay around 8,000. We don't want it to go between. We want it between 7 and 9,000. That's kind of where we want it. So here's 7, 8. We'll just keep it right there for now. And when it drops below 8, maybe 7,500, we'll put another bucket in there. So I'm going to do this manually. A lot of people try and set up a way to automate this, and I'm sure there is, but this isn't a process that I'm going to be doing very often, so I'm okay doing this manually. So I'm just going to pop 30 in here, and you'll see this start going down rather, a little quickly or whatever, but it's producing, it's turning this into there we go. See, the quality is 100%. We want to keep this between 7,000 and 9,000. So we'll put another one in there. And I'm just going to do this manually. I'm just going to let all of these cook. It takes a little bit of time and a lot of power, apparently. And so yeah, this is important. You want to keep this at 100% quality. So I'm going to do this off camera. I'll be back when we're done. Okay, we're back. And we have all of that done. That's done smelting down. Now what we're going to need next is we're going to need another tank. So let's grab one of these. And we're going to need the purifier. Where's the purifier? What's that called? Where's it at? Am I missing it? There it is. Okay, so that's going to take this stuff. And that's going to take coal. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of this, actually. Let's make as much as we can. Probably 2 stacks. If I can afford it. I can afford it. Okay, great. So, make another machine frame. I went ahead and smelted down a bunch of a couple of these just to make sure I had enough. And then let's make that. So the purifier. And then just make sure we have conduit. There we go. Grab that. And so what we're going to do, if I look at this pool up here, see how my strength is 10, my purity is 10, and my efficiency is 10, and my quality is 100%. So I did it right. If I come over here and look at this, so let's take a look at the book and look at the attributes. So strength, like I said, is how much RF is total in the crystal. Efficiency is the RF per tick. Purity is how clean the crystal is. Like, we want this to be really, really high. And then the power, I'm assuming that's the same as quality. I don't know. Anyway, we want that to be 100% as well. So if I look at this over here, the efficiency is 1%, strength is 3%, and purity is 15%, roughly. So already I'm almost better here than I was at the other one. So let's bring this over, and we're going to put our purifier here. And I forgot to grab a chest. We are going to need a chest. Okay. And then, so what this does is it uses these filter materials. So stick the filter materials in here, and then we'll put a chest right next to it. And then we'll put a tank above it, just like that. Now what we want to do is we want to get the tank, or the fluid, this liquid resonance, or liquid, that's what I'm calling it, over to this tank. And since this tank is attached to this purifier, it will continually purify the fluids. So let's grab this. We're going to make this output. So see how the arrows are kind of facing like this, right? So if I right click on here with my wrench, so this is just the sorry, this is just the configurator for mechanism I had to make a while ago. And as I hold Shift Z, as I showed you before in the other video, I put it on wrench. And if I right click on here, the arrows, see how the arrows are pointing inward towards the center? That means this is on input mode. If I put it so the arrows are pointing towards the outer sides of it, that's output mode. We want to do that over here, but we want this to be input. So we want this to flow from this side to this side. So we'll just come in here to our Ender IO conduits, and we'll do extract without signal, and now it flows over. So this is going to auto purify itself. This has, oops. Let's reset that back down. There we go. Oh, I guess this doesn't need power. Is this even working? Oh yeah. So what'll happen is these will be spent and purify the liquid resonance a little bit. So see how the purity is going up? So as it's dispensing these, we're getting these spent filter materials, which is great. I think we're going to need more than a couple stacks. But if you remember earlier in this episode, I showed you this dense obsidian. It takes obsidian and then these spent filter materials. So 5 of these spent filter materials gives us this dense obsidian that we can surround this room with and keep all of the radiation in there so that we don't get sick. I'm going to let this run for a little while because I don't think you want to watch numbers go up slowly. And once this is done, I will come back and, oh, quick thing here. The purifier has can only purify up to 85%. So it takes a bucket, or it takes a processing unit, whatever that, however much that is, and increases its purity by 25%. So since we have six buckets in here, it's going to take a long time for that to get up. So let's say that it's half a bucket. It takes half a bucket at a time and increases that by 25%, and then sticks that fluid back into the tank. Well, your net overall increase is like 2% or whatever it is. So anyway, so I'm going to let this watch, and once this gets to 85 purities, 85%, I will bring you back in. All right, we're getting pretty close. I'm going to let that keep going. It is using purifying these filter materials far less often, closer to 85% than it was before. So while that's working on that, we're going to craft a couple other things here that we're going to want. We're going to want this lens. So let's craft that. I need some glass pane. There we go. We're going to want a lens. We're going to want the infusing laser, which I don't know. Man, going through these emeralds like crazy. I just went over to the whatchamacallit. Oh man, my brain right now is not working. I went over to the village between the last episode and this, and traded for a few more emeralds, and that was good. Glad I did that because we needed those for today. So let's see. Do I have? Let's make. There we go. We're gonna want this infusing laser, and we're also gonna want. Let's go ahead and make the crystallizer, because we're gonna want that too. I love this crafting method. I hope you guys are enjoying this as well. And then we're also gonna want the pedestal. Let's go ahead and make that too. Alright. And the dispenser. I don't know if I have... Yeah. So what this is supposed to be for is when your crystal runs out, it will automatically replace it for you, which is really handy. There we go. Got our pedestal. And let me dump some of this stuff in here. I don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Okay. And then don't need the valve right now. The valve is really useful if you want to automate a bunch of stuff. We're just going to kind of try and do this manually here for a second. And I think that's it. I got the crystallizer, smelter tank, purifier, pedestal valve. Perfect. Okay, let's go take a look at our purity and see how that's going. There is a zombie above me right here, and he's gonna be annoying. So how's our purity? Oh, it's getting pretty close. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to stick this laser on the side of this tank here, and then we'll just use this. It's fine. You want to stick the laser, infusing laser, 1 block away from it, so it's facing this direction, and you want to put power to it for sure. Okay, so that's got power. Now we need a catalyst over here, and we are this whatever this is called, and we need a catalyst. So, and another lever. So let's go make that real quick. Piece of cobblestone. Oh, I grabbed a stack of cobblestone. Put you back. I'm gonna actually dump some of this in my... We'll need you still. Probably need you still. Okay. And let's grab the lever and we'll stick it on the side. I'll make all this look a little bit better in a minute. But yeah, our purity is getting pretty close to 85%, so we'll leave that alone. And then we want to look at... No, we want to look at the laser. Now, the laser... Somehow there's a way to look at what it'll... Give me just a second. Alright, so there is something going on with my JEI, this over here. Usually if you right click on here, it'll give you a list of what you can use in here as catalysts. So I had to go to the wiki and pull that up. If you want just Google deep resonance or the deep resonance infusing laser, and it'll come up with stuff. Now the best thing to use in here is a gas tier, nether stars. Those are very, very good. I personally think we're going to be using glowstone and gunpowder. Glowstone is really, really nice. So what happens is as you use here, I'll just show you. Just grab a bunch of glowstone because I think we have quite a bit of it, and I can always go get more. Yeah, we'll just... Or is it glowstone or glowstone dust? I guess we'll find out. I'm sure it's glowstone dust. So what happens is you stick catalyst in here, and it will tell you here what it'll do. So it'll take your purity and remove 2% off of that, but it will increase your strength and efficiency by 6 and 3%, which is really nice. There is nothing that does just efficiency. Oh yes, there is. Quartz. So what we'll do is we'll use glowstone until we get up to as much strength as we can, and then we'll use quartz to get up as much efficiency as we can. So let me grab some quartz as well. No, I don't want one. I want a bunch. Okay. So another thing you'll notice that there is a blue. So if I were to turn this on, nothing happens. There's this fuel over here that we don't have, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's in this box here, there's like an image of a crystal. So what you want to do normally is you want to remove, like you use these up until they're spent, but this is so awful that I'm just going to spend it now. Right there, and that gives us a little bit. I mean, nothing really. So let's grab, let's see. Another thing to keep in mind is that this is per 500 millibuckets. We've got 6,000 millibuckets in here, so we want, that's 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just do the whole thing. So overall, if I put 12 pieces of glowstone dust in here, overall this purity should come down to 83.1%. Strength should go up to 86, and efficiency, or 16, and efficiency should go up to 13. So if I turn that on, it's going to spend all of those glowstone, and it's going to spend a little bit of this per operation. Looks like 100. No, not quite. 20. And there you go. So this is getting up to 15, 16. Stop at 16, and it'll stop at 13. There you go. So we'll turn that off, and I guess you don't need a wrench to do that. So now this is going to start purifying again. So if you attach your laser up here, this will keep the process going again. So once this gets, we can just let it go, let it do its thing, and we can stick 12 more glowstone in here and turn it back on. And this should go up to, was it 22% and 16%. So it's 22% strength, 16% efficiency. And then if we put quartz in there, quartz is going to reduce the purity by 1% and the efficiency by 7%, which is awesome. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing this until we are out of this blue stuff here. We're going to completely out. And then we're going to crystallize the this fuel and turn it into power over here. Already this is miles better than the other crystal that we had before. So I'm gonna keep playing with this, keep using these quartz and glowstone until we're completely out of this stuff over here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to crystallize it. Okay, so I just looked at the video time and we're sitting a little bit past 36 minutes. Way too long for a video. Excuse me. Way too long for a video, but I'm going to keep going here. So I've spent all of this. I don't have any more to spend here. And I've set up the crystallizer down here, so I'm just going to pull this out with the fluid conduit. Got it set up there, and all I got to do is click on this, and it flows down into here, and it's crystallizing. Should be crystallizing. I'm gonna be upset if that doesn't work. I'll be right back. So this is where reading the book is helpful. Come in here to the crystallizer, and it says the crystallizer needs to be placed on top of a tank to be filled with RCL, this whatever crystal liquid, I'm assuming. Anyway, so I just put a tank here, piped it down, and yeah. So this is going to be crystallizing once this is done. I will be right back. And we're back. Hopefully for the last time for this episode. Crystal is done. Let's stick it on our pedestal over here. I've moved that over there. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, 7,600 RF per tick. Ah, so good. I'm excited. Okay. That's a lot. Okay, so a comparison. Just a comparison. All right. Come over here. Remember, these are doing 140 RF per tick. So that's what is that? 420? 420 total. That's so good. And then this 7,600 RF per tick. Let's see what let's turn that bad boy on. Oh yes, please. All right, let's take a look at the. See, yeah, that's a lot less than it was before. And I could probably come over here and still. Oh, yeah, I'm still getting quite a bit over here. Still quite a bit throughout the base. So when this is on, I'm just gonna have to use my radiation suit. I'm not getting sick. You do see the durability going down though, because it's eating that radiation. But yeah, look at this thing. It's already full. So let's turn it off, so the radiation can go down. Yeah, that is not quite as pure as I wanted it to be. Why is it 35% purity? Oh, that's strength. Purity should be 85, yeah. So strength and efficiency. So strength is the overall how much it has to give, and efficiency is the RF per tick. So we're doing really good there. But yeah, we'll come back in the next episode and yeah, do some more fun stuff. I'm gonna rearrange this so it looks better. But yeah, I'm really thrilled about that. That's a ton of power. Alright guys, I hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.